Lights.
Camera.
Watch.
Saltburn.
Watch. Go on your tangent.
Oh my God.
Just go on your tangent right now. I know you want to just like go off. Just go.
Do I think this is a great movie? No. Do I think it's hot, sexy, fun? Absolutely.
Go.
I think this has the all-time of Godfathers of ending scenes.
Okay.
10 out of 10 ending.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I think as a thriller, it lacks some substance.
Very much so.
I think out of just vibes, it could not be better.
If there was a way to define this movie, it was definitely multiple vibes, all great vibes.
There are amazing shots, amazing sets, amazing looks, amazing castles, amazing scenery,
all of them
amazing men.
Yes.
So good. Amazing performances.
Absolutely. Spoilers, we shouldn't let people know there's going to be spoilers, but like in case I don't know how many people are going to watch this movie, but continue going on. What else
Her first movie was a hit.
What was her first movie?
Promising Young Woman.
Okay.
That is also a story about...
Was it very similarly filmed and styled?
This one's definitely way more stylized than that one, but it definitely has like I'd say a look, but not at all to the extreme this one is. Mm-hmm. That one essentially, like, there's a girl in college, and her best friend gets like sexually assaulted, and like years later, like her friend that gets sexually assaulted kills herself, and like years later, this is like eating her up alive, and she creates an elaborate plan to go back and like ruin all of the men's lives who were like involved in that.
Got you.
And so it's very much like a revenge plot.
Got you.
This is like kind of similar vibes. This one's got more murder and more, I don't know.
Have you seen the talented Mr.
I love the talented Mr. Ripley.
So I got a lot of talented Mr. Ripley vibes. There's so many like movies that kind of like the guy buddies the rich famous dude and like he takes him under his wing and takes him to his world and like hangs out, like Great Gatsby kind of stuff. I very much enjoyed this movie. I knew a lot of things. Like I felt like it was very obvious certain things that were going to happen, but I didn't know certain things were going to happen either. So
what did you think was going to happen?
So when they found out, well, again, giant spoiler.
You're jumping right to the end.
No, not even that part. Well, it's kind of towards the end, but when they found out, when the Felix found out that he has a family, comes from the suburbs, middle-class family, I did not anticipate that. I really did not anticipate that. I thought that he would just go into this like being like the lower class person or whatever it was. He's like, you know what? I'm going to try to weasel my way in. Yeah. I thought he was going to like try to like become his number two, like become his friend and like maybe in the end kind of screw him over and marry his sister and take over the family. So
it's clear Oliver is like an isolated person. He's got like no friends. He's by himself. He sees Felix as this tall, large, beautiful man who has everybody in the world bending their will to him and has everything he wants. And like from the beginning, he's gonna be him.
Yeah, he's royalty. He's like a knight. He's like, his family has generational wealth.
Like when they do reveal he has a family and stuff, and he says like, oh, you got sisters, and he's like, oh, I didn't know about your sisters, and she's like, well, even when he was a kid, he liked to pretend he didn't have. Like, I feel like he just wants a reason that like nobody wants to hang out with him is because he doesn't have money or because he doesn't have anybody who loves him, which is like not true. He just like wants to give reasons of why he's a weirdo and like a loner.
Yeah. I mean, the one part that I found kind of interesting is they chose like a middle class, well-off person.
Yeah.
Trying to have this generation.
His limits are boring.
Yeah, like, but I always tell this to people. I'm like, you're closer to being a homeless person to like generational wealth or like Bill Gates. Like, it's just really hard to have that. Like, when you go to Felix's house for the first time, you start pointing out like this painting, this painting, this painting. This is our blah blah blah.
This is the blue room. It's blue.
Yes. It's just weird. But what I liked about this movie is when they introduced the character, they didn't give us too much backstory. They didn't do like this origin stuff. Like just they let the plot develop who this person was.
Yeah, they said it's in 2006 and he's going to school in a tie and a shirt and no one else is. And immediately you know he's an outcast.
Yeah, and that's the role he plays? or like that's how he naturally is, you know? Like he's like, oh wait, I gotta play this character coming to the school, gotta be this awkward dude and like befriend the most powerful, well-off person in here and just become his friend.
I don't know if before he went, so it was Oxford. I don't know if it's before he went to Oxford that he had like this plan of like, I'm gonna assert my dominance, or if he got there, realized he had no chance of like breaking out of this character he already had.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that either. I thought like he was maybe gonna try to be this cool, smart person.
Well, no, because when he starts talking to the nerd on the first day and he's like trying to find a seat at the table, he's like, what do you mean like everyone already has their groups? It's the first day. And he like says like, look around, dude, like it's only you and me that aren't like born into this place and know everybody who's from here.
Yeah, that's kind of really interesting. And I never anticipated Oxford, nor do I know any information about how Oxford is run. That you would think
seems like a generational college.
I'm
like,
assuming like they're all like generational.
Your parents went there, like you're gonna go there.
It was just kind of weird to me that all of a sudden like I thought he saw himself as that professor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like they meet Felix's friend. What was his name? I forgot his name. Guy, whatever his name was. Anyways, like, but apparently the professor went to school with that guy's mother, and he's like, oh, we weren't friends. Like
Farley.
Like the professor was in love with Farley's mom. And like, I think he just sees like, oh my God, this is basically my future. Like this is as high as I can climb.
Yeah.
Is maybe becoming a professor. And he's super overachieved. Like he read all 50 books. So he was just like prepared for this moment. It's like, I'm going to come to Oxford, fucking kill it, become a rock star, super smart, good grades, and kill it in every single way. But what's interesting to me is I couldn't tell, like, usually when you go to college, you're usually there for like 4 years.
Yeah. This is my one thing about the movie is like the passing of time. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it says later, like, you only knew Felix for 6 months, so I'm guessing it's 1 semester. Mm-hmm. But, like, even later when there's a time jump, is that 5 years? Is that 10 years? Like, I have no idea.
I can't figure that part out, and that I think that's one of the weaker points of the movie. It's just, like, in the beginning, it's like, you know, you could have, like, slowly made this guy come into his life. You know what I mean?
The other thing is this movie is a little long.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit long.
How long was this movie?
Well, it wasn't long, like the actual movie. I just felt like it went on for a long time.
I enjoyed that part of it. So you're telling me you didn't enjoy that aspect of it being long?
I think it dragged a little bit, but
really?
like I very much loved this movie. I want that on the record.
I know you did.
It was
but
2 hours and 7 minutes.
I didn't think this movie dragged on. I think this movie had a lot of like seduction in it. Like he was continuously seducing everybody in the movie, the characters and stuff like that. That's why I didn't feel like the movie was long, because his sheer performance was fantastic. That's why I love it. I forget his name. What was his name? You know his name.
Barry Keoghan?
Yes.
Legend.
Is he?
I love him.
Do you know he's the Joker, right?
Yeah.
He's going to play the Joker. I mean, like...
I'm so excited.
Like, it's interesting to see, like, he's like, taking...
He's on the rise, yeah.
Like, he's got some big roles. Do you know what I mean?
He's in something else that's coming out that's pretty big, too.
I have no idea. But that's interesting that they chose him. And his performance and his, like, level of just, like, trying to figure out everybody in that house... It was sure amazing. And he gave like 0 fucks. He was going to do anything, be a whore, be a tramp, super seductive, figure out their weaknesses, conniving, everything.
And he did such a good job of like hiding it. Mm-hmm. And when's the first time it's revealed that he's like, I guess when he lies
to him for the first time about like hooking up with his sister. I felt like that was the first time that I can recollect that he like full blown lied.
Was that before or after he goes to Farley in the night?
Before.
Okay,
because
right.
Farley's the one that rats him out, and then he goes and tries to like, it gives him a hand job in the middle of the night. Farley just gets seduced by a hand job in the middle of the night. Dude, come on, man.
That was terrifying. I thought he was gonna like kill him.
Really?
Yeah, because before he bundles his hand up and punches the glass.
Yes.
And I was like, oh shit! And then he's like appears in Farley's room.
That's the crazy part is like he realized like whatever he does here, like there's no wrongs. I'll clean it up.
Yeah.
I think that's what he realizes, like, I gotta...
It's pretty much like, how much can I get away with? And it turns out all of it.
Yeah, it's what wealthy people do. And it's kind of like, I don't know if they wanted to play, like, whatever bad things happen, we just brush it under the table and we just continue eating lunch and just talk about positive things. There are no bad things that ever happen.
Well, yeah, when Farley gets kicked out for the first time, and they're, like, sitting by the pond, and they're, like, talking about it, Felix, and what's the...
sister's name?
Sister's name?
Venetia?
When they're talking, And the parents start walking up. They go, oh, don't mention it. Don't mention it. And he was like, aren't they going to mention it? Like, he just got kicked out of the house. He's like, no, they won't say anything. And they don't.
It must be really nice to have money like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would just love to just hang around. You know what I loved about this movie? And I bet you they had a blast. Just the montages. The fun montages of just partying.
There is no way filming this movie wasn't an absolute riot. Like,
I think they had a blast, and I think like they literally were all drunk and they're just having a good time.
They get to lounge in the sun. They get to have a party.
Yeah, but what's really cool is they got to do that during college as well too. Yeah. So what did you feel about the early 2000s or like the mid 2000s?
I like that it was set in 2006.
Yes.
Just because it's like it gives it like it's a period piece, but we're not like. It's not like actually set in like old times. It's like modern times. So it's like relatable and stuff, but we're not like it's 2023 and everything's going to be on social media at this party and all that stuff. It's like, no, it's like right before then.
Yeah, you had to have an invite and they all know the invite. And what's great about this movie too is like there was no cell phone. There really like no need for a
flip phone.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like in general, like it seems like the wealthy people, they weren't on their phones. No. They just want to have a good time. And it just shows that like everybody is down to have fun and you don't need technology. And hopefully people can continue to go back to that lifestyle where we don't need our phones.
Good luck.
Good luck. I feel like there's going to be a current of change that people are going to get off their phones and they're going to want to be just like hanging out and having a good time.
I hope.
Because when people, don't you wish when you saw that you got to experience that lifestyle? I know it was wealthy people, but I'm just saying in general, just like having a party with no one looking at their phone. Everyone's just drinking and smoking cigarettes.
And many cigarettes.
Hey, look, as bad as cigarettes are, there's nothing cooler than someone lighting up a cigarette. That's my opinion.
Yeah, in a full suit of armor.
Yeah. It was just insane what like the people did in those parties and stuff like that.
So they're at Oxford.
Yes.
He pretty much picks Felix as his target.
Yep.
He sees him with a flat tire.
Yeah.
That's their first interaction.
Yep.
We realize later he gave him the flat tire.
I know. I love that part.
That was a good little plug. Because in the beginning, it all seemed so natural. Like.
Do you see what I mean? Because you plugged the nail in.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It seems so natural. He was just like come across this guy who needs help, who he's been like admiring from afar. Mm-hmm. Helps him out, befriends him, tells him his dad died. And obviously the semester's ending. Like, if he's been so buddy-buddy with him the whole time, hearing all of his stories and stuff, like, he knows that he's got, like, a big house at this point that he can come to. And he's, like, obviously trying to get that invite. And he gets the invite. Goes to Saltburn. Big castle. It's not even a mansion. It is a castle.
Literally a castle.
Is it, like, King George's something?
I don't know. It's one of the old kings' like, estates or summer villas.
When they're giving the tour, he's like, oh, this prince still has his stuff here.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, whatever it is. But it's just like, if you have a garden maze, you have money. Yeah. Like, like, not everybody has
enough garden mazes anymore. Put them in your backyard.
Really?
Why not?
The green place? The green space?
A garden maze, like, pretty much means something bad's gonna happen in the garden maze.
I guess so too. Like
what's the point of it?
Yeah, why introduce it in any movie? The Shining, they show it and there's something bad happens in there too.
Even like Harry Potter.
Really? I don't remember what happened.
One,
didn't you love the nostalgia of them reading Harry Potter?
Very 2006.
They're like, oh, do you think Harry and Ron and Hermione have a threesome?
The karaoke apple-bottom jeans is just an incredible needle drop.
Mr. T-Pain.
No way, that's T-Pain.
Girl.
Is apple-bottom jeans T-Pain?
T-Pain.
That's embarrassing. I don't believe you.
Shorty had them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fleur. It's Flo Rida and T-Pain.
That makes sense.
Come on. How do you not know T-Pain?
Okay, Flo Rida being the lead makes sense. T-Pain being the lead doesn't.
T-Pain sang the chorus, which everybody knows. Okay, no one can say.
But like, it's Flo Rida.
Yeah,
featuring T-Pain. Okay, that's embarrassing. Anyway.
Continue. I didn't know what the karaoke song it was, but like when, not Felix, what was that name? Farley came in. He performed really well. He killed it. He killed it. There was just some things I just didn't understand about the movie. Like when they're sitting at that giant dinner table, like when it was they're inviting all the Henrys to come over. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't get why it was like, oh, I have to talk to this person and I have to talk to this person.
Yeah, she like slams the table and goes, "My turn." It's like, whoa, who the fuck are you?
I have no idea, but it was quite frightening. But it was just interesting to me.
Because the whole time it's giving, like, something's off, but we don't know what's off at this point.
You know what this reminds me of? Cruel Intentions.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Cruel Intentions? She hasn't seen Cruel Intentions. This one. Anyhow, Cruel Intentions, Talented Mr. Ripley, I don't know, Can't Buy Me Love, got like all these like things in the movie happening. I just thought the main actor, can't say his name.
Barry Keoghan.
Barry. Fantastic.
So fucking good.
And Jacob
Elordi.
He
so
also
fucking hot.
Yeah, this guy is like the
His job in this movie was to look pretty in the sun.
He literally is the definition of Zoolander's really, 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 really ridiculously good looking. And his like eye piercing and his little tiny earring, it was just so thing. You know what he looks like? It's not your generation, but it was my generation. He very much looks like Tom Willings from Smallville. Did you ever watch Smallville?
No.
Oh my god, if you look up Smallville Tom Willings and like this guy, I guarantee you if there was like a time shift and stuff like that, Google Tom Willings like Smallville. That's basically like another version of him. And I just thought that their entire montage that they had in the castle, I thought to myself that would kind of get really boring.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, how much tennis can you play and laying by the like?
Yeah, but they're in tuxedos, drinking champagne, playing tennis.
Anyway, speaking of tuxedos,
looks so good.
Speaking of tuxedos, their main butler, dude, looked like a vampire.
I thought he was gonna like expose the whole.
No, the help doesn't want that. The help just wants.
The help says nothing.
The help doesn't care as long as they get paid. And you know what's interesting? We never saw any of their perspective.
Yep.
They were just like.
They're literally like fly on the wall.
Yeah, the help. They just fix whatever's wrong. Anything that went bad, they fix it. There was some gruesome deaths in this movie. And I totally saw Felix's death happen.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious that like. I thought when Oliver was walking in the maze with the bottle, he was going to just smash it.
He's smarter than that.
You're absolutely right, he is.
Yes. And remember what thing that they taught us in the beginning of the movie, and we talked about his like alcoholic mom and stuff like that, how he had to learn how to throw up at a really early age. Mm-hmm. That's like when he drinks that stuff and he throws up.
Yeah.
Like, you just see him throwing up because he had to, like... I like how they connected that. I don't know.
Like, later, once you realize, like, that he's done it all...
Yes.
It, like, going back and thinking of it, it's like he really did weave his little web, and it's well executed.
Yes. And did you like how the sister compared him to a moth?
Yes.
And not a spider?
So accurate.
Yes. It's such a great thing. And I think it's both. I think it's, like, a territorial...
He likes to follow the shiny things.
Yeah, he did. And then... But the difference is that moth is, like, a super predator. I just thought generally when Felix would die, like he would just get with the sister and like have kids and just take over the manor. I never thought he would kill the sister, get rid of...
It's clear the sister knew something was fishy or something was up.
Yeah, but the sister also was intrigued.
So going back, because we can't just skip the bathtub scene.
Okay.
We can't just skip past that.
Which one? Where he's like jerking off and then he just like drinks his like his bathwater semen and like stuff like that?
So clearly like, because it opens with like the question of like, was I in love with him? And it's like, were you in love with him or were you in love with the idea of him, but you're also like obsessed with him?
I think he wanted I thought like he wanted to be him, so he was trying to absorb everything he could to become him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he generally just wanted to like, if he could consume him, because he's like, you ate him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like he really wanted to devour everything of Felix and become Felix.
Yeah.
But no.
The one thing that I didn't love the grave scene.
Which one? Oh, the end grave scene where he gets naked and starts fucking his grave?
Why is he fucking his grave?
I don't know. To show him as like a final fuck you.
I guess, but like, why are you fucking his grave, man?
I don't know. I'm sure it's a metaphor the director probably has. And it's like, how do you like sell that to your talent? It's like, look, I know you're going to do all these, Brian, right? Barry. Fuck me. Barry, you're going to have this amazing career. You're going to go on and have like one of the most iconic roles being the Joker. But like your IMDb, there's gonna be like a section that's gonna be a quiz as well, like where did Barry have sex in a grave? It's like, and who did he?
Where did he fuck the dirt?
Yeah, literally, he just got. And you know what the thing too is? Kudos to Barry for championing to be like a male actor and getting full on nude and just showing all the goods.
Dude, the last scene is so good. Do
we want to talk? You can go serenade the last scene.
I don't know the song that's playing. It's like Murder on the Dance Floor
It's Mud on the Dance Floor.
Okay, great.
Yes.
The lighting of this man just fully nude, dancing around his new palace that he has just won.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing coke. He's drinking. He is just embracing all he's caused to get here. And it's just like, it's at least a 2-minute fully nude scene of him just absolutely vibing.
I felt like it was just like a Vogue. You know what I mean? He's just like, what's it called?
And he killed it.
Oh, he did. And the dude, you know
so good.
You know what I gotta give it to him? Like, he's a tiny guy, but he's like stature.
He's ripped.
He's ripped. He's like he has like the Greek bodies. You know what I mean? Because like for a second when he got out, I thought like he did this thing against the thing, and then he starts doing his dance, and I'm like, what is he gonna do? I thought he was gonna be in mourning and stuff like that, but no, man, he's out there like voguing. Yeah, fuck yeah, this is my palace.
It's such a vibe.
He's just like swinging his big dick around and touching every part of the house. This is mine. This is mine.
So he kills Felix by drugging the bottle.
Yes.
He slaughters his sister in the bathtub and places razors there like she killed herself.
Mm-hmm.
Did he kill the dad or did he just die?
Dad killed with time.
Okay.
Dad totally killed it. There's nothing that shows you that he killed the dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he planted that seed early on with the mother being like, oh, you're fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know how much time has passed. So like, did he like hurt her and put her? Oh, it's COVID?
Because didn't you see everyone's wearing masks?
I didn't catch that.
No. Okay, so there was another part in the movie. I don't know if you caught it.
It's COVID?
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID, because everyone's wearing their masks.
Okay.
But he wasn't wearing. But did you notice the first time where they had breakfast in the morning, they talked about someone having their like twin or their identical person in like the same outfit, and in the back of the girl, whoever was talking, Jacob or whatever his name is, in his same outfit in a pink shirt walked in the background. I can't wait till like I show it to you again when we watch this movie.
When they're having breakfast, Felix is in a pink shirt and he walks in the background?
Yeah, it's like his clone. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It was just this unique thing. I don't know if anybody... I can't wait for like someone to bring it up on like Reddit or something like that.
Carey Mulligan was so good. She played the girl who dies in the beginning, like her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like her just cuckoo friend that she kept saying is just like a wet doormat, but is just like so stylish. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, the girl that had the daddy tattoo.
She was in like 2 scenes and she killed it.
Yeah, she was very memorable.
She's the star of her first movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I just thought she was just a very interesting character where she's like, all these people have no money, but they have the best fashion and they're always well put together. I'm like, how does this happen? Like how does anyone get like a stipend to be rich when you hang out with them?
I think they're just got so much money to spend that the people who are around them, they're just treating.
What didn't you like about this movie?
I thought like, I don't know. It's like, it has like a, it's clearly trying to be like a
A24 movie.
I mean, that's like such a broad term. They're a studio. They're not making all the individual movies.
Yes.
It's like, it's trying to be like a thriller, but there's nothing really at the core that's like gripping you to like what's happening until the end reveal. But even then, like, you kind of know he's like a little off. So I'm not saying that that's bad. I just don't think it was like totally compelling or like kind of missing like the core of like why it would all be there. But I did love it anyway. I also thought, I think they should have fucked. Why?
I thought they were going to have sex in the thing. And then I thought like something was going to happen.
It was like a tease. They didn't even kiss.
I thought something was going to happen between them. And then he would kill him.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I feel like
passion.
there would have been like some more motivation there. I think it would have been better if they did.
I know. I agree. I agree for one, there would have been, but then like you'd be like, why would you have sex with someone? Well, I don't know. I couldn't figure out why he would have sex with them and then kill him. But
I also did think it had like a little bit of a pacing problem. Like, so, like I thought the first act was like really, really strong, and then I thought somewhere towards the middle, like it was like
too many montages of drinking.
Yeah, but I loved it. But it was like,
I know.
It was like, I don't really see where this is going at this point in the movie, and it's just kind of like we're just vibing in Saltburn. Like, as much as I love vibing in Saltburn, and yes, we can keep vibing in Saltburn, like what are we moving towards? But I loved it.
I agree. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I'm just interested to know the symbolism, because the moment you walk into, when he walks in to Saltburn, there's like a statue of a man striking another man.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's the symbolism of like...
Also, like the angel Felix wings underneath the like bull. When I was looking at that, I was like, is this like metaphorical that it's not hitting me?
I have no idea, but again, like you literally have that statue that's like maybe like a satanic animal, or like I don't even know what it is, you know what I mean? But it has this penis out too, you know? And it kind of seems like, why would you have that there? Unless there's some type of like this satanic cult people that probably massacre people for their wealth, you know? It's, I think... Also
another just like thing is like at the end where he's dancing all naked and he has the like...
Oh, the rocks.
He's gone and fished out each one of their dead name rocks from the river to keep them as his tokens, and he puts them on like, what is that, like a...
It's a very old toy, and that was like the first thing he did, and like it freaked them out. Have you noticed? Like, turned out he got scared from it.
Yeah.
It's like I think he's like, now I control all of you.
It's like basically a Jack in the Box.
Yes. Yeah.
Of the family.
Yes.
He's literally in control.
I know. He did it so well too. I didn't anticipate that happening to the mother.
I didn't anticipate him like...
But that's what happened to the mother. She got like COVID and they put her on a ventilator.
Because I thought his end goal was to like get with Felix, not to get Saltburn.
I agree with that 100%, or something was going to happen, or he's like some type of... I thought there was going to be a...
The second Felix dies, they're all crying over their breakfasts and stuff, and he's just eating like nothing's happened.
Because he has to make...
It's clear he's guilty.
But I agree with that, but he also realizes these people need that.
Yeah.
He's like, they want a level of normalcy, like, let's carry on.
Dude, and when the dad is trying to ask him to leave, and it's like paying him off, and he's like, no.
It's like,
I think I need to stay here for Elizabeth.
Yes.
Which is just a hilarious name to give fucking Rosamund Pike. Who also killed it. All the performances in this are so good.
They are. She was in, you know that she was like Bond girl too?
Gone Girl?
She was a Bond girl.
Oh.
A Bond.
Oh.
And
she's Gone Girl
as well too. Interesting enough. She's played fantastic roles. There was something I was going to say that totally slipped my mind. It was just like a little...
Also at that breakfast, he like plants, or the lunch, he plants the seed. Oh my God. When they're like, first of all, that scene... where they're like gonna take his body out of the maze and they try to close the curtains and then it all goes red. It's so good. There's also just a scene where I think he's smoking a cigarette and he's at the top of the frame, and all this, it just looks so good. But during that one, he says the line about Farley, where he drops the like, you were doing lines the night a guy died, and like he was pretty much found with drugs in his system and stuff, so that easily got him out of his hair.
Yep.
Like it was so easily planned, and found out later like he's the one who texted his professor and got him kicked out from the first place the night he like busted into his bedroom. And
he did this really well. I was just... this is what I was gonna say. So you know in the beginning of the movie where you see his character and he's like really like suave, I thought it was like it was clear like it was a future scene, right?
Yeah.
And he was like being interviewed. You know?
I thought he was being interrogated.
Yes, or something like that, or like he just seems like he's so well put together.
Is it revealed what that scene is? Who he's talking to?
To the mom.
Oh.
He's just having a conversation with the mom and explaining everything he did because she's like comatose.
Oh, you're right.
And then he just like takes out her tube, and
the fact that he told her the whole plan too, and then oh my God, rips the fucking thing out of her, and then just like undresses her and lays on her dead body. He's so weird.
Yeah, he's just like, he wants to destroy the people he loves, but also he wants their devoted affection to.
But he does drop the line of like, I never loved him, I never loved you guys. He's kind of painting the fact that they're monsters. Because like, her friend dies. Carey Mulligan's character dies. No remorse. Doesn't care. Oh, happens to him. And there's like a couple other moments.
There were Farley's talking about his background, and then like how there's his footmen are like of color, and he's like, oh, I get, my dad is generous. He's so generous compared to all the other people.
Yeah, like he knows that these aren't good people, and so it like I feel like to him it's kind of like he's doing a favor, but it's really like he's the murderer.
Yeah, but like I just don't, regardless if he's the murderer or not, he's like, who am I really killing?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of reminds me of Parasite. Have you seen Parasite?
Yeah.
So like there's like so many layers of this movie, like Parasite too. It's like all these people that come into
the rich, the class struggles, but
the difference is
what power can do to you.
But this guy, at the end of the day, he's like, he wasn't some poor kid. He was really well off.
A psychopath.
Yeah, that's what the movie really is. It's like a psychopath that really wants an end goal, and he'll do whatever it takes, regardless if you can be like talented Mr. Ripley guy who's like poor, or the people from the family from Parasite that are desperately poor. They will do anything they want
and like
to get there.
Like even on his birthday, right? They throw him this big elaborate birthday party. Yes. Only Felix knows that he's been lying. The family still all knows. They sing happy birthday to him. Nobody in the room knows his name.
That was the best part.
That was so good.
That was so fucked up too. That just shows him at the end of the day he's still a nobody.
Yep.
Like, you can have this giant celebration. And by the way,
he can get into that house. He can have his best friend. He can have all the luxuries in the world and still like
be a nobody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what it tells you, because at the end of the day, like they talked about it, he has that name. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's everything people want. Because people want to be like, I don't know, like a Gates or a Walton or something like that, some family with wealth and like, you know, stuff like that. Not us common folk. We just want a podcast that will have at least
What was his last name? Oliver? It was something interesting.
I have no idea. Oliver Quickly or whatever it was. And it was just interesting. You know what else was an episode, part of the movie that kind of weirded me off? Like, it looked like they graduated.
Yeah, but it was just the end of the semester, like
that seems
exams. You passed your exam.
I feel like they didn't know what to do. Why
wasn't Felix taking his exam?
I don't know how.
But it was a great scene.
They
had the confetti going. They're wearing like the big like celebratory. He puts the middle on him.
You know what was interesting to me?
Like, I'm okay like for baiting logic in this story.
I
just
agree.
For the vibes.
I think
the vibes were so good. Like, I don't even care.
I think that was part of his like thought process too, because maybe he was in college for 4 years, and the only part that mattered was his last semester with Felix. You know what I mean? Maybe this is just like in his mind, because like when he got in.
You don't think it's the first? I think it's the first semester.
I'm just thinking in his mind, in Felix's mind, like he's there longer, but the only part that just mattered is like you only met Felix a semester ago.
Yeah.
And they graduated. Whereas maybe he was there for 4 years, and like it took him years to culminate all of this stuff.
Maybe. See, that's like, I wish I had a better concept of time.
Well, they don't give it to us.
Yeah.
And like his summer is like forever, but like his year in school is so brief.
Well, it starts with like they have that Christmas party, but like he's not friends with Felix then. So like coming back from Christmas would be like where they befriended each other.
Yeah, and that
second semester.
Yeah, and that doesn't add up. Whereas if you met him after like Christmas, there's like 6 months.
That would be one semester before.
Yeah,
summer.
but like he's known him for maybe that includes the summer as well.
Exams. Yeah.
End of exams. So who knows? I mean, I didn't really care to think. I just liked the story that was. Sometimes I tell people like, turn your brain off. Stop thinking too much about the movie and enjoy the ride. You know what I mean?
This is like a great example of that. It's like, don't think too into it. Just like watch the sexy men with the cool camera angles and the absolute immaculate setting.
Yeah.
Do drugs, look hot, play tennis in tuxedo.
Pretty much.
A grave.
Yeah.
Drink a semen bath. Dance naked in a castle. Yeah.
Which was fantastic. Poor family.
They're all dead.
I know, man. Anyways, I think that's Saltburn.
That's Saltburn.